Hi everybody, it's Brian here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you 7 Mother's Day sub-niche ideas that you could consider designing for. As many of you know, Mother's Day is a huge event and there are a lot of gifts are given to mothers all across the world. So if you haven't designed yet anything for Mother's Day, this might be the year that you want to consider creating some designs for, particularly in light of the fact that many places on the planet are starting to, ease the COVID restrictions. More people are getting together, meeting up with their mothers and, having their dinners or their get-togethers. And maybe perhaps they would like to buy their mom a special gift, a funny gift that they could give for Mother's Day. And, you definitely want to make sure that you have some of your designs up in the various marketplaces that you design for, so that hopefully people will see your designs and like them so much that they'll click the add to cart button and obviously make the purchase. So if you're ready to learn more, stay tuned. Here we go. Now, before we continue with today's episode, the fact that you're here means that you are interested in all things pertaining to print on demand. And for that, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to sit down and watch this episode. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. Thanks very much for being part of my community. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. Please don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon so that you'll be informed each and every time that I upload a new video to my channel. I upload new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, and the scope of this channel is to help you take your print-on-demand business to the next level. So with that said, let's head over to my computer and start with today's video. Okay, so welcome to my screen, and as you can see here, I've got the title for the first Mother's Day idea, which as you can see at the bottom, it's Super Mom, or you could change mom to mum, different derivations, different spellings of mom, mother, mama, etc. So basically, you can design 4 different spellings, different countries in terms of the way that they spell it, so that obviously you can throw a big net and obviously capture the attention of as many potential customers as you possibly can. So whether you're selling in the United States or in Canada or in Britain or Australia, depending on how they prefer to spell mom or mother or mama or what have you, you can obviously design for that. Now I've got a few examples from different platforms that I have researched in advance, and let's just go through them now. So the first one here, so you can see we've got Super Mom. It's a nice yellow contrasty color against the black t-shirt with a nice black lightning bolt, okay, and a bit of a red stroke. The next one sort of takes sort of like a superhero feel, Super Mom, with a nice emblem on the back end of it too as well. And then you've got sort of like this explosion cloud in the background. Super Mommy has a bit of a comic book feel to it as well. Those are obviously quite popular. Then you just got a very basic one, Super Mom, with a yellow lightning bolt in the middle of it, just to give you an idea of different types of variations, the way you can go. And as you can see, the first two, Mom was spelled with an O, whereas this one is with an U. And then we've got Super Mommy. And then the last one here, we've got Super Mama, and we've got it obviously in conjunction with a mother sloth holding a baby sloth. So some different variations that you can consider. Remember, we're not copying, we're just taking inspiration from them, motivation, and we're trying to put our own spin onto it. And there's a lot of ways that you can go about designing with the word super in it for Mother's Day. So here we have the second idea that you can design for, and it pertains to mother sins. And then over here we can just put in a different date, and you can really go to town scaling on this. If you wanted to, you can even go in and scale it with a month. So mother sins January 1958 or mother sins July 1999. So let's take a look at some examples here. So here we got Best Mom since 2021, and they have sort of like this different color gradient on these wood plank backgrounds, which is quite effective too as well. So not only could you just change Best Mom to Best Mom or Best Mother or Best Mama with the dates, you could obviously change the color gradient behind it too as well. Perhaps maybe somebody would like this particular color grade style. Somebody else might like another one, more of a pastel or a richer or a brighter color. So you could really go to town with different variations of this particular design. Okay, then you've got your basic text design. So as we see here, we've got Mama in cap letters, and then we've got sort of like the script for sins, and then 2020 slightly smaller, and obviously just underneath the word sins. Again, you could design using this phrase in any way that you want. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're very careful with respect to the style of fonts that you use to make sure that they complement each other. And you do want to try to use sort of like a feminine type of font, You don't want to go with those like scary and bold type of fonts, which you typically see around Halloween, or you know, want to avoid those Christmassy type of fonts too as well. Unless you're designing with December in mind too as well. So again, there's a lot of potential in this particular design as well. Just be careful about the font style that you choose. Make sure that they complement each other. Okay, then the next one here, we've got best mom, and sort of like this mom has sort of like a futuristic feel, and then we've got this nice circle which is broken up, so it looks like a bit like a hamburger, but we've got this nice star-studded circle border, and then since 2019, so again, you can really go to town with this particular type of inspirational design and really put your own spin on it and really go to town with it. Okay, and the next one, we've got Awesome Mom Since 1980. So instead of actually reading it in the circular format, we have to sort of like read it in a bit of a cross formation. You could actually go Awesome Mom Since 1980 all the way around, okay? So there's really no limit to what you could do in respect to here. And you can obviously change the clip art in the middle of it. You can put flowers or a different type of mother or female clip art. Again, you can even change the color scheme to this too as well. You can give it a pink, an orange, or any other kind of feminine color that you feel that maybe would be applicable to women who are, in fact, moms and would enjoy wearing something like this. And then the final one is a design on a white t-shirt background. Again, so you don't necessarily need to design for black t-shirts. You can actually design for white t-shirt backgrounds. And if we just zoom into this, we've got Awesome Mom Since 1985. We sort of have that queen crown clip art over a clip art of a woman. It gives sort of like a chessboard piece design too as well. So it could be something which is related to moms who like playing chess. You also want to make sure you're careful with respect to the placement of your designs. If it is a small design, you either A, want to enlarge it so that it will be seen obviously in the marketplace listing when it is just obviously a thumbnail size, or if you want to keep it at that size, you want to make sure that you raise it up high across the chest so that obviously it will be nice and centered and balanced accordingly. Okay, let's take a look at the next Mother's Day idea. So number 3 is celebrating first Mother's Day. As we all know, there are mothers being created every single day on this planet, and why not celebrate those two as well? So here we have some examples, like the first one, our first Mother's Day. As you can see, we've got a nice script type font with sort of like baby footprints. You might want to use baby handprints, or maybe put in a clip art of a bottle or of a rattle, or even just change the font style into another form of script font, or maybe even in terms of the placement of the text. So there's a lot of potential with respect to this design as well. Next one is our first Mother's Day together. So here we've got, let's just zoom in a little bit. So here we've got, a clip art of a mother's hand holding onto a baby's hand. The fact that the color is pink could also pertain to the fact that the gender of the child was a girl. You could try to do one in blue. So you could have a design for a male baby, and you could also have one for a female baby, okay? So as you can see here, the text goes around in a circular format. We've got a few hearts over here denoting love, care, tenderness. Again, you can put your own spin on that too as well. So the next design is a script-based design with some heart icons, sort of like these water drops embedded into it. And different color tones were interjected into design to give it a very flowery Mother's Day feel. Again, you can choose different color palettes, different script types. You can even change up mother to mom or mama, or any of the other ways that mother can be spelt. The next one, our first Mother's Day 2021. So again, here we are actually adding in a specific date. And we also have sort of like this sunset background with, a mother bear and her baby cub to denote obviously togetherness, closeness. You could change up the different types of animal silhouettes that you put in. You can change the color palette for the sunset design. If it were me, I probably would have either enlarged Mother's Day to come up a little bit closer, or maybe just brought the whole thing up a little bit. You do want to make sure that you're obviously taking note of the balance of the design too as well. And obviously on the sunset design, there's a bit of a grunge feel too as well. So you might want to create 2 variations of it, one with a grunge and one without, and see which sells better. And the 5th example, here we've got our first, again, we're using sort of like these water droplets, and then we've got Mother's Day, Mommy, and Maddie. And then we've got a nice clip art of a mother holding on to a baby with some hearts surrounded on. Now, this is something you could definitely scale. Again, in terms of the text, the clip art, the way mother is spelled, But more importantly, you could actually go to town by creating variations of this with different children's names. So all you need to do is just go onto Google, type in popular names of 2021, popular babies names of 2020, 2019, 2018, or just type in, a list of girls' names or a list of boys' names, and then just simply change Maddie to any of the names that you find when you're obviously searching onto Google. And then, just think about how many variations of this design you could actually come out with, obviously with your own spin, we're not copying, and increase the size of your portfolio and really throw out a big net to capture as many moms out there who have children with this particular name. If you wanted to, maybe perhaps the mother had twins and you could actually type in two boys' names, or maybe she had twins and one is a boy and one is a girl. So you could actually mix and match the names. So really, in truth, there's a lot of potential with just this design alone. It's definitely something that you want to look into if you are planning to design for Mother's Day this year. Okay, so Mother's Day idea number 4. Definition designs. One of the more popular t-shirt designs out there are the designs where you have a definition printed onto a t-shirt. Sometimes they can be very comical, sometimes they can be very sarcastic, sometimes they can be very emotional. Basically, you can actually take a title, a name of something, create a really interesting definition, and just sort of design it as you would see it in a dictionary and put it onto a t-shirt. And you can actually do it as white text on a black t-shirt or black text on a white t-shirt in order to increase the size of your portfolio. Let's take a look at some of the design examples. So the first one, we're going to have to zoom in here. So we got mom, finder of all things, family gift buyer, family vacation planner, biggest cheerleader, and fiercest defender, dispenser of unconditional love. Okay, so we're given 5 definitions. You might want to create one with 3 definitions, or 4, or 5, or 6. However many you want to design for, to create on, just make sure that the size of the text is large enough to be read, and the selection of font that you use is going to be clear enough that people will be able to see it, maybe even in terms of when they're seeing it as a thumbnail in the marketplace. Okay, so the next one, mother, and now here we've got a pink sort of sparkly type font style. And then we've got mother, which is a noun or verb, a person who does the work of many for free. See also crazy, masochistic, saint, multitasker, teacher. So there's something else that you could incorporate into your design for a Mother's Day definition. The third example, let's just zoom in here. Mother, noun, secret keeper, friend, peacemaker, teacher, angel, boo-boo kisser. See also superwoman, hero, counselor, life coach, family lover. Okay, and obviously the fourth one is a more basic type definition. Mom, noun, the one person who knows where all of your stuff is. See also superwoman and saint. So you've got different variations, and really in truth, all you need to do is just go onto Google and just type in definitions for mom or great things about mothers, and then just see what comes up on Google or any search engine you prefer to use, and then just mix and match and see how you can actually incorporate different ideas. Maybe you could even focus on occupations or different hobbies or whatnot that the mother actually enjoys doing. So again, lots of potential over here, lots of ways to scale, to increase the size of your artistic portfolio and throw a large net during Mother's Day of 2022. And the great thing about it is that if you don't date it, these are designs that are evergreen and that could make sales for you every single year. Okay, so design idea number 5 are acronym design. So for those of you who may not know what an acronym is, basically an acronym is where you take the letters of a particular word, in this particular case, mother, and obviously you try to find other words that incorporate each individual letter from mother, and then when you place them one on top of each other, whether or not the letter is at the beginning or intermixed in the middle, the design shows some positive or negative qualities depending on what it is that you're designing for pertaining to mother. So let's take a look at a few examples here. So as you can see here, we've got amazing, lovely, intelligent, happy, beautiful, marvelous. And obviously when they're put one on top of each other, as is the case over here, we've got the word mother and they've changed the color to pink so that it will obviously stand out and people will know that the design is obviously referring to mother. Okay, so let's take a look at some other examples here. So we've got amazing, loving, strong, happy, selfless, graceful. Again, all you have to do is you can go onto Google, type in positive adjectives, see what comes out and see what words you can use to maybe find letters pertaining to mother or mom or mama or mom, whatever you want. You could actually have a 3-word acronym. It's up to you, and you could design for it and obviously change the color gradient too as well accordingly. So we've got smart, loving, protective, cherished, selfless, strong, and here we've got some stars and flowers embedded into it. Again, be careful of the color temperature and the color gradients that you use to make sure that they complement each other so that obviously they will stand out nicely and obviously not fight against each other for attention. Then we've got mom. Let's just zoom in here because it was sort of like an army type feel here. So mom, master of matter. So perhaps maybe it's a scientific type. Perhaps maybe the mother of the particular recipient of this shirt is into science or the army or whatnot. And the designer decided to create the shirt in this format too as well, which is absolutely okay. I mean, it just gives you another idea, another form of inspiration. And then the final example is that we've got sort of like a scribbled heart in the background, multitasking, overworked magician, so MOM. So here's another example of a 3-word acronym. So again, a lot of potential, a lot of great ideas that you can use for inspiration to create your own Mother's Day acronym designs. Okay, design idea number 6 for Mother's Day is an animal mashup. This is basically where you're incorporating, different animals with the female and the infant of that animal and putting them together to obviously reflect Mother's Day. Let's take a look at some examples here. So we've got mama koala. So here we're actually integrating and mashing up the word mama with koala. And we've got this nice sunset design. The designer used a green gradient, which is absolutely fine. You could actually mix it up and change it to whatever color gradient that you would like. And we've got the footprints of a koala bear here. Then we've got sort of like the outline of a cat. Again, you could use the outline of any animal. If there's a particular animal that the mother who's going to be receiving the design tends to like, you could choose that outline. Okay, and then inside we've got this little saying here: thanks for loving me, taking me for walks, letting me sleep on the bed, giving me cuddles, kisses, and feeding me treats. Happy Mother's Day to the best cat mom. Okay, so there's an idea for you to incorporate. The next one, mom gives the best hugs, and we've got obviously a mother cat giving a hug to a kitten. Mama llama. Okay, so here we got this llama mother who is clearly very tired and overworked. As I'm sure you will agree, moms all over the world have a tendency to feel, particularly after a crazy day dealing with the kids and the husbands. Okay, so you can choose a different type of animal. Maybe there's something that you can actually incorporate, as this designer did with Mama Llama, and come up with your own twist and take on it. And obviously the final example here, we have Mama Bear. Again, the outline of a mama bear holding her cub. The designer decided to interject some flowers into the outline of the bear. Again, you could interject anything that you want in order to make it stand out. And obviously this design was shown on a pink t-shirt, which goes to show that you don't necessarily need to design for black t-shirts, but try to offer t-shirts that can actually be seen and really stand out nicely on a plethora of different colored t-shirts. Okay, so the 7th and final Mother's Day design idea pertains to dinosaur mashups. So very similarly to animal mashups, the same thing can be held true with respect to dinosaurs, obviously interjecting and mashing it up with the word mother. So here we have some examples. Mamasaurus, 100% roarsome. So here we can see a female T-Rex, obviously cuddling and protecting 3 infant T-Rex dinosaurs. Again, very similarly to the koala bear that we saw earlier on, we have Mamasaurus Rex, and we've got that green sunset design. And we have Mamasaurus, where the dinosaur has sort of like a red bandana tied up on top of its head. Very similar to how many women like to wear, either when they're cleaning the house or maybe doing any kind of chores or whatnot. So they got those scarves tied on to protect their hair from any dirt and whatnot. And then obviously we've got another one with a sunset design, different colored gradients, Mamasaurus. Now in terms of these, you could change it to Mommysaurus or Momsaurus. You've got Mothersaurus, and create different variations for this particular type of dinosaur mashup idea, and again, really go to town with it. So there you have it, everybody. There's a lot of potential that you can actually tap into in any of the 7 sub-niches that we discussed in today's video. You could increase the size of your portfolio, and obviously do be very careful with respect to your titling, the tags that you use, and don't forget to include a description. As many of you know, the description is a really important part of any listing, because more often than not, it's the description which is used by Google in order to index your designs. So don't leave money on the table. Don't leave your designs out from being indexed on Google. Be relevant with your title, your tags, and your description. and I want to wish you the best of your luck with respect to your Mother's Day designs. Now, if you found value in today's episode, please remember to smash that like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I really want to say thanks for taking action on that. But for today, that's all I've got. And as always, be safe, be well, be creative. Bye for now. Hey, if you enjoyed this video and you want to find out more ways that you can take your print-on-demand business to the next level, why don't you check out one of these 2 episodes I have over here. And don't forget to subscribe. Catch you in the next episode.